Thank you so much for joining Optimistic Opportunities. I'm Carl Johnson, and we have a special guest today, Jada Kaye Harris Atwater. Oh, nope, Jada Kaye Harris Martinez. Whoops, I knew her as Atwater. I have known this little bundle of joy for a long time. Most recently, I worked with her at the AICPA, which is the Association of International Certified Professional Accountants. Jada is still there. She is the copy editor with Learning, Design, and Development. We also worked together at the Herald Sun. So I had an aha moment one day and I was like, oh my gosh, Jada and I were on the fun group together at the Herald Sun because they asked us, because I guess we're fun. I don't know. Verdict's still out. So we had fun doing that. And then also when I had Carl Johnson Advertising, Jada was my operations manager. So we have worked together a lot together. Our kids know each other, all this kind of stuff. So it's super duper fun. So I hope you all enjoy today. So Jada, welcome.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
I'm so excited to have you here.
It is really an honor that you thought of me when you thought of Optimistic Opportunities.
Well, you're that person. You're that person that, like, you see a challenge and you're kind of like, okay, how am I going to overcome this challenge? What am I going to do? How do I keep my spirits high? How am I going to smile? How am I going to be positive?
Wow, that is such a nice thing to hear somebody say about me. Because inside here, it's more like, oh no, a change. It's nice to know that on the outside it looks more like confident. Let's go forward, yay.
Oh yeah.
And I make sure that I'll show the recording to my family.
And you have such a bundle of joy. Dominique, your daughter, who's also a singer.
Yeah.
She is just amazing. Smile from, like, top of her head.
She is the optimistic one for sure.
Very.
The world changer lady.
Yep. She is something.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah. Hey, Dominique. This, I want it to be a tool to help people to be able to come every week and learn new tools and have new insights from people I've known for decades, in your case. Mm-hmm. So I'm always excited to hear what people's answers are going to be to some of these questions. So it's kind of fun.
Cool.
So jumping right in. So Jada, what do you have the most energy around these days?
I think I'm going to start with what you just said, where we have to acknowledge the fact that things are hard.
Yeah.
Coronavirus is making the world a completely different place. It's like Mother Earth just hit the big reset button and said, nope, not anymore. And it makes it really hard to want to get out of bed sometimes, to pull myself into my office and my workspace, to look at the world and see how treacherous it is, even still, for Black lives. But I find a lot of energy and motivation in being creative. I just finished my cousin's second edition of our family history book, for example. So that's a lot of energy to spend doing something positive, looking back at our history, looking forward to our future, and just spinning it more towards family. That, I think, is the real bottom line answer. Where's my energy going? It's going to my family, the people who love me, and they don't have to be my blood relatives. They can be my cousins like you. Because, everybody that I've cared about through the decades, they have become my family in one way or another. And you're part of the family. Like you said, our kids know each other. I've known you and your wife for forever, ever. And if I can spend time talking to the people that I care about and doing something to help them make their days better, even if it's just on a video call because we can't get together and sit down and talk to each other, that's where the energy comes from. Because that's what's the most important. And I had one person say, what time? I said, what time do you start work? About 10. Well, what time do you get up? About 9:55.
Wow.
great. It's like, what else am I gonna do? What's the but it is very important to maintain that consistency for your mental health, for your physical well-being, for the state of mind of the people around you. Like, for goodness sake, we have to hold a standard. And for a while, like, don't tell, well, we're online, so everybody will know. But for a while, taking a shower was optional. And then one day I looked at my husband and the face that he was making, and I realized that taking a shower probably shouldn't be optional.
Right.
If I was here by myself, that would be something different. But, we got to maintain the routines in life.
What is requiring your focus more than you had anticipated?
Being able to stay on the edit task, because I'll put clothes in the washer and then come back in here and I'm editing and okay, cool. Is that spelled correctly? Oh, the dryer just went off. Go. Oh, the phone is ringing. Oh, there's somebody at the door. No, I don't want to buy AT&T fiber. I already have AT&T fiber. Please go away. And then they still want to talk to you for 20 minutes. Just because I'm at home doesn't mean that I want to engage with the entire walk by, knock on the door world. And just staying focused on the one task. And that I think has been a problem probably for my whole life, because I'm distractible. But it's more so now because I'm at home and the feeling pulled in different directions. Like, I could be doing all the housework and the work. No, you can't. You have to compartmentalize. Staying on the task at hand. Multitasking is beautiful, but it's also not always good for you.
Biggest challenge I have is I'll just keep going. Like the Energizer Bunny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'll just keep going, and then I'm like, I'm so like zoned out and fried. I'm like, last time I got up was about 3 hours ago.
It's bad for your legs.
Ouch.
Yes.
So I'm really trying to remember, like, to put some thought toward, okay, I'm finished with that. Get up, walk around a little bit, maybe walk outside, walk up to the road, come back again. Walking up to the road requires a task because we're out in the county.
Right.
So walk out the road, walk back again. And that's been really helpful. Just sort of switch the gears, get a clear perspective again.
Yeah.
And then get going.
Because I do see that. When I do get on task, you're absolutely right. Then it's 2 hours later, 3 hours later. I haven't had anything to drink.
Nope.
I haven't had anything to eat. And I'm sitting here wondering, why am I still reading the same 2 sentences over and over again? Because you're not concentrating. Because you're dehydrated, Shug. Go get some water. Now would be a good time to go reboot the laundry. Don't stay in there too long, though. Go back to work. Don't get caught up in being at home. There's a fine line and a delicate balance, and I'm having a tough time with it sometimes.
How are you keeping in touch with people?
This Zoom thing, and Google Duo, believe it or not.
Google Duo, you're using that?
Yes, my family, my father's mother's family is very important to make the distinction, because I always parse myself out. But my Penn family has been so connected, and it has been so amazing, because there are cousins that I have met, just like we're the same age. I'm 52. I never knew this woman my whole life. Now we talk to each other every Sunday at 3.
Wow.
Because my father's sister is in Florida, and her son is here in North Carolina with us, but the rest of that family is in Florida. And then we have other people in other places, like Dominique is in New York, and Cheryl is, I think, in Ohio. And we need to connect. We were all worried about each other. We couldn't go visit each other. Everybody and our elders are dealing with illnesses, so we can't expose them to too much. But a good 3 o'clock Sunday afternoon the phone makes that little chirping noise, and I know, oh, I get to see Aunt Sandra, I get to see cousin Cheryl, I get to see sister, and we all sit and talk and look at the camera and realize how much alike we look. This face is not unique. Everybody has these cheeks, and it's so cute. Like, there's my dad and his sister, and they look at each other and they laugh the same, and it's so adorable. And I think that's my favorite coronavirus thing, because before we got locked in, we didn't have that 3 o'clock call. We barely talked to each other at all. I could go 3-4 weeks without even calling my dad on the phone. And now I'm for sure going to see him at 3 o'clock every Sunday.
How are you taking care of your mental and physical self?
Okay, it is honesty time. Let me look straight into the
Come on, Jada. Look at me in my eyes.
We need to get our mental health right, and I am seeking counsel. I reach out to a support system. Like, I have my family, I have my friends, but I also have a professional mental health advisor. Mm-hmm. Like, I go to the doctor for here and everywhere else. Like, it's so essential, especially now, because if you don't have somebody with some knowledge to talk to, I'm not going to say you. If I don't have somebody with some knowledge who I can talk to, I can find myself in a deep spiral very quickly. Mm-hmm. I like to know what's going to happen next. And in this world that we're in right now, in the big reset, we have no idea what's going to happen next. From moment to moment, it seems like. When we first found out about the virus, for example, how is it transmitted? What do I need to be worried about? I'm a cancer survivor. I had colon cancer 2 years ago. I went through chemo last year and wrapped it up. I found out that I have no evidence of disease now. But how dangerous is this for me? There were a lot of days where I just had to talk that out with the counselor and say, what should I be worried about? Because I can worry. You can give me a list of things and I'll worry about them for 6 minutes, 6 hours. What do you need? I'll worry for you. But she gave me lots of good advice, lots of very serious facts, which is something that I desperately crave. And I think most of us operate better when we have facts. And gave me the tools to use, like meditation apps. I listen to a lot of music of different sorts. It depends on what the problem is. If I'm feeling anxious, most people would go to something lively and bright. I listen to Metallica for that. When I'm anxious, I rip out Metallica and I go out driving up the highway with the windows down. And I scream at the radio until my mood settles. And then I come home listening to something simple like, I don't know, bluegrass. And then I feel better. So there's music therapy, there's talk therapy, there's family therapy with the Google Duo every week. So I can put my eyes on my elders and go, okay, they're okay. I don't have to worry about them. I can see my kids because I have 2 bonus daughters now. Daniela and Elizabeth are in Texas.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So I can put my eyes on them and see that they're okay. I can look at Dominique and go, yep, she's good. And then I can feel better. That's how I'm taking care of myself. But have you noticed how much more beautiful outside has become?
Yeah.
The sky, I said this before, and I think Dominique laughed at me, but the sky is bluer.
It is.
And the clouds
are is greener.
Yes.
Yeah, like Emerald Isle, the ocean's greener.
Yes. It is incredible what we have done by not doing anything to our Mother Earth.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Jada. You are amazing.
Thank you so much.
Love ya, like my sister. And what?
My brother Carl.
Yes. And so next week we will have Chris Antonello, and he was a past marketing intern with Carl Johnson Real Estate at Coldwell Banker HBW. And he just has this sixth sense about, looking at things in a really bright light. It's really interesting. So I can't wait to hear what he has to say.
Awesome.
Super organized and goal oriented. And he came and talked to our interns one time. And I was like, wow. I said, I need to have him on my show.
Fantastic.
So thank you so much for joining Optimistic Opportunities today. And Illinois says, be kind to one another. Carl says, help one another.
Yeah.
So remember everybody that you know during this time, and please go out and help somebody.
That's
Y'all have a great day.